I'll come back. 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 I'll come back.
Milk, you sick bastard. And actually, I mean that because you are sick. Good. I'll remind you, Milk, to push to talk.
You know what goes really good with Dayquil? Some chicken. Boiled it.
Should be.
Checking, I'm getting it through an ad. Today they're advertising McDonald's on our channel.
Hashtag McDonald's.
They have that new pumpkin pie cream pie.
I love cream pies.
We love pumpkin pie cream pies here. We'll just put it that way. Sorry, not sorry. It does look and sound like we are live.
Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Barcast for the Barcast Lower every single week. Your bartenders for this evening are Non-Pencil, Enigmatic Otaku,
Future,
Flamin' Orfer,
Pumpkin pie cream pies from McDick's.
Milk,
Something about cream pies?
and I'm a highly controversial Zootopia comic. This week, we have a very special guest. Oh my gosh. Very exciting when we get to have someone on who's kind of an up-and-comer in the scene. And we're really excited. We get to drill some fresh meat a little bit. Don't think about that too hard. We have Boopy Doopy.
That's me.
Yay! It's so wonderful to have you on. I'm so excited to drill, cough all over the place and ask you questions. So, for those who are just tuning in for the very first time, hello and welcome. You can catch up on previous episodes out on our YouTube to see episodes like Andrea Libman, John Delancey, and many, many more people we've interviewed. If you want to interact with us, we are live on Twitch right now, which means that the lovely Enigma and the lovely Non-Pencil are going to be watching the chat for questions. What do we typically not ask our guests?
We are not going to ask our guest anything to do with their real name, real location, basically anything that could get them doxxed. You know this at this point. You guys know this. You're better than this. Don't fucking do that. We are a swearing podcast. We are rated R. Be aware of that. And other than that, we do something special with you guys in the chat, and that is a drinking game. Please tell us about the drinking game.
Yes, if you hear the word boop or boopy, have a nice little healthy drink. It's going to be great. Now then, let's get down to business.
Please drink responsibly.
Yes. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Let's introduce you for those who may not know who you are, Boopy. Let's start with who are you and what have you done for the fandom?
Well, I'm Boopy Doopy, and I like to think that what I've done for the fandom is be the best, worst writer on film fiction. Or, more accurately, the most popular terrible writer on film fiction.
Hey, film fiction has a level of quality that it demands that's way above its own. I'm sure you're a lot better writer than you give yourself credit for.
Thank you.
So with that said, how did you get into MLP?
That's actually a little bit of a funny story. I was, if you can believe it, I was looking up some funny little Diary of a Wimpy Kid memes, and it took me to a comic called Adorkable Twilight, and it was all just a downhill spiral from there.
Wow. No, that's the first time I think I've heard Diary of a Wimpy Kid being the segue into MLP. That's not bad, but it's just unique. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how I got here, but here I am now.
So now at this point, you've been in the fandom for a while. Your film fiction account says that you've been at least on the website under this name since 2020. What do you consider the best or your favorite part of the fandom? So it's the art, the writing, the friends we made along the way, fanfics, conventions. What keeps you here?
100%. That would be that would probably be almost entirely film fiction. I think there's a lot of good stories out there, and it's nice to see that people also like what I put out there too. And there's just a lot of good content out there.
Yeah, totally fair. Now then, what is your take on Generation 5? A lot of people on a FimFic are Generation 4 purists, so what's your take on Gen 5?
I've watched a little bit of Gen 5, not that much, but my take would be if they add more Sprout, then it's gonna end up being better than Gen 4. And if they don't add enough of him, then it's just a garbage pile. And no in between.
Kind of a weird way to mispronounce Misty's name.
Wow. Well, awesome. Last kind of canned stock question we have before we go out to the thread is, who is best pony?
Controversial take, but Starlight Glimmer.
Oh, okay. Now you got to validate this. Why Starlight?
Because so Starlight is basically a goddess. She banished Discord from existence when she wanted to. She could have beaten up Twilight, but as a caring goddess, she decided to let her live for now. And also, she's gonna get involved with Best Pony Sunburst.
Absolutely.
Sunburst comes with built-in socks. So.
Built-in socks. Can't name a better stallion. Now then, out in our thread on Film Fiction, we have so many questions. So many people out here want to get to know you better. So let's start with Skittlebug. First question is, what is your favorite episode of the TV show Person of Interest and why?
Well, that would be the first one, because I don't really remember all the other ones.
Ooh, that's kind of scathing. I mean, asking this question like kind of implies like, oh, this person probably really likes this show or something like that.
I know the plot beats. Like, I know what happens in the show. I can't remember all the details of the show, though.
Is that the show where an AI randomly follows someone who might do a crime?
Oh, yeah, either they might do a crime or they might be the victim of a crime. And actually, my favorite episode is the one where Carter dies.
Spoiler!
Spoilers for the show we're gonna watch.
I didn't mean to spoil that show that ended 10 years ago.
No, we're just teasing. Just teasing. Greater Glory is up next, who has an absolutely awesome avatar of Luna. Like, it's so cute. Serious question, number one. What was the biggest impediment to writing for you and why?
Thinking, probably it would be thinking that I'm not good enough. Because, like, when you're getting ready to write a story, like, you can have all the ideas in your head, but, like, if you think it's not going to turn out the way you want it to, it mostly becomes a thing where, well, let me see if I can find someone to write this for me, when you probably can just write it yourself better than, like, and tell it, well, not better than someone else, but, like, tell it the way you want to be told better than someone else, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Totally fair. The next question is, do you ever have imposter syndrome? An example, like you're faking everything and don't deserve your respect or fame.
100% yes. That's just unfortunately the nature of being on film fiction. You can, like, there's gonna be stories where you think you're, like, putting in no effort that get super popular, and then other stories where you think you sat down and told the best story in the entire world and no one reads it.
That doesn't get easier or better as you get more popularity. If anything, it actually gets worse.
Yeah, it 100% gets worse.
But that said, just make sure that you're doing it for you, and you're actually enjoying what you're doing. So, that they also say, is this like Among Us? Among Us? Who said Among Us?
100%. It's like the hit game Among Us. There's 100% correlation between My Little Pony and that hit game that's still popular to this very day.
Incredibly sus Among Us.
That,
I
that,
can't.
is that the copy of that hit game Goose Goose Duck?
No, actually, it's a take on
Goose.
I know.
Among Goose, yes.
Mongoose.
Mongoose,
So,
exactly. Thank you.
I can't wait for the Among Us movie whenever it comes out by this John Carpenter guy.
It's gonna be so good.
I could see them doing something like that. I could see them getting somebody like Michael Goddamn Bay to do an Among Us movie, and they actually have like astronauts, and they're all wearing colored astronaut gear, and they'll try to make it serious. Except occasionally they'll have that musical sting in the background. Wow.
And explosions.
Oh God.
Here's the extra thing. They will refuse to say the words Among Us. They will sound like they're about to, just to fuck with the audience.
It'll finally happen.
They will go the entire movie without it, blue balling everyone.
There's an imposter around here.
No, they're gonna call it the Walking Sus.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm actually-
That's all I know. It's gonna happen.
I'm unironically excited for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
I also want to see that. You want to watch To Get the Priest?
Yeah, it'll be a date.
Yeah.
Gross. You're gross.
I hope it's as good as the Emoji Movie. That was one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Please sarcasm. Please sarcasm. Please sarcasm.
They got Picard to voice the poop emoji. I mean, that's peak cinema right there.
I hope they pay. I hope he got paid. I hope man got paid. Just saying.
Speaking of getting paid, how did you hear about Starscribe?
Let me think. How did I hear about Starscribe? Well, since their stories are always featured on FimFiction, that's how I heard about them.
That's fair. What is your first fic of his that you've read?
The first fic, that would be Child of Mine.
Whoa, sweet.
Shut up.
What is your favorite GIF of his that you've read?
I haven't seen any Starscribe GIF, but if I read one, I'm 100% gonna let you know what my favorite is.
What's your take on his fic Homebrew?
It's certainly a story. I would say one of the stories of all time.
It is one of the stories.
My favorite part was when the characters got out of the plot dump and started doing the rising action to get into the central conflict.
All right, next question. Joke question. How am I, Sylvie Tech Support, a bigger Cajun than you are? Please explain in great detail.
Well, you're not.
Whoa.
Great detail.
Here we go.
I don't want to get controversial, but I like to think that you have to, be born Cajun to be Cajun. I don't know. That's just me.
Here's one for the geography buffs. Can you point to Slovakia on a map?
I can indeed point to Slovakia on a map.
Nice. I could not.
I mean, I was gonna say, can you do it for us right now?
I can do it for you right now.
Well, take your word for it.
You're gonna have to just trust me. I can do this. I won't back it up in any way other than my word.
All right, sounds good. I trust you.
All right. You are in a world completely isolated from the outside world. In this room, Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Neil deGrasse Tyson are dying of poison. You have one vial of antivenom. Who do you save?
I would save The Rock because Neil deGrasse Tyson is a nerd.
Got
No
him.
nerds allowed. Wow.
But if you save him, you can get like a lifetime supply of Tyson's chicken.
Okay, but if I save The Rock, he can make another moderately successful movie. That's not like a blockbuster hit, but people
Right.
enjoy.
What, Rampage 2?
Yeah, or like Jumanji 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Was he in the new Jumanji? I didn't see that one.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in the new Jumanji.
Okay, to be clear, the new Jumanji is not necessarily in any capacity better than the old Jumanji, but I really enjoyed the new Jumanji. Like, I really genuinely did.
Well, I can't wait for them to make a new movie of Zathura.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was
hope
just.
they
Gonna,
will, but it could happen.
you know,
It could happen.
You know, it's another board game they should make a movie about. Monopoly.
It's gonna be a masterpiece, way better than the Emoji Movie once that comes out.
Isn't that just Wolf of Wall Street?
No, you could be a thimble. You can be a thimble.
Yeah, I want to see the talking thimble,
Okay.
and I want to see people fight over the railroads.
Oh my gosh.
And you just slide. I want to see the protagonist just hand the jail man a card. It's like, you're free to go.
And
The
then,
railroad sucks unless you're playing against like 8 people and you have all of them.
and then the top hat lands on a hotel on Boardwalk and then just kills.
Boom, headshot.
Maybe the real Monopoly was.
The friends
fri-
we lost along the way.
We
The real
I'm just gonna-
money we made along the way. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just gonna move on along to Arcade Striker JK5. Oh, Micah says congrats on the interview.
Thank you, Micah.
Wait,
what
wait,
is your
wait.
What-
You
what?
need to refresh. There, Micah has a question.
Oh! All of these were not here.
Yes, please refresh.
What's the origin of your pen name?
The origin of my pen name, I was watching a Jacksepticeye video long ago when he was mainstream in like 2015. And he was playing some game where he named the character Boopy Doopy, and it just stuck in my head until I finally made my username Boopy Doopy.
Man. I like it though. I really like that. Like,
Fun thing to say.
Everyone I've met has either booped me on site or said that they thought my username was cute, which is the desired reaction.
see, there was. I would like to think that there was this trend for a while in username creation. I know for sure in animation on YouTube, but like where they would just be like Rumpus Gumpus or Ubus Doofus,
Biggest dickus.
Biggest Dickus, obviously.
Okay, you do know Goofus Doofus actually is a guy, right, on YouTube?
Well, I know there's Doofus Doofus, and there's actual other like people with that name too. Like
And-
not like with that name, but with that style.
And let's not forget Doofenshmirtz.
Well, I mean that's a reference to what is it? The Perry the Platypus.
You're talking about, gosh dang it, what's that show with the
Forever.
summer? Yeah, that.
Yes.
Where there's 104 days of summer vacation and school comes along just to end it, but the annual problem of their generation is finding a good way to spend it.
I think the annual problem is why his head is a triangle.
I like the theory that Doofenshmirtz is his actual father, because they're the only ones, and you know, weird head shapes is hereditary, so. And
I
also the
can't-
one above your shoulders.
I can't believe that's. Wait, wasn't there like a scene where Doofenshmirtz dated his mother in the past?
Yeah, in like in the 80s or something.
I think we know what happened.
That is 1,000% has to be fan fiction.
He didn't have his anti-babyinator.
I'm pretty sure that was in the show, in like a flashback of some kind.
No, but like I mean, that's got like for the fan fiction writers of Phineas and Ferb, however large that community is, like all I don't know, 103 writers. There has to be one that's like, oh yeah, we gotta just like really write about him getting it with his mom.
Sure, that exists if you look hard.
We'll make sure to steer clear of that exact fic.
All right, up next, what do you think of Sylveon?
Sylveon is my second favorite evolution after Glaceon. I like the pink colors. I like that it looks like a trans flag.
Yes.
It's just not as cool as Glaceon.
You know the ribbons are its flesh, right?
You're wrong.
I love the flesh ribbons. But that
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. That means that these ribbons are prehensile, which is really fucking cool. If I could have giant prehensile ribbons that looked that cool in that kind of colors, I goddamn would. So I'm okay with it, but at the same time, I'm surprised there's not more tentacle porn involving. There is tentacle porn. There is.
There's so much.
It's out there.
There's so much.
I'm surprised there's not more. Is my point.
That's fair.
I choose to believe that Sylveon ties those ribbons onto herself every single day when she gets ready for her day.
How does she animate them then?
That's not important. That's for her to know and for you to find out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people want to find out. I'll put it that way.
Everyone, but Vaporeon, did you know?
Hey, as much as I like Vaporeon and I lean into the meme, like, Sylveon's my favorite evolution, like, period.
Nah, Glaceon is the best. I agree with Boopy.
That's the correct answer. Glaceon's literally the coolest out of everyone.
Glaceon looks like an angry ant.
I don't see the insect qualities.
What?
She's got, like, the hair. She looks like an angry aunt that is never happy with anything.
Aunt. I thought you meant, like, the insect.
Oh, no.
I thought that too.
No, that makes a lot more sense.
She is Rarity's evolution that she if Rarity was a Pokemon trainer, she would have a Glaceon.
That's true. Rarity's the best of the main six. She would definitely be cool enough for a Glaceon.
Now that's where we disagree because Pinkie Pie is obviously the best of the main six.
I mean, Rainbow Dash would take Jolteon, probably.
Yeah.
Twilight would have Espeon.
Yes,
In
absolutely.
what sense? Priest, take in what sense?
As in, like, adopting.
Oh, okay. Wanted to clarify.
No, I'm not! Oh! Gross. You gross.
And Pinkie Pie would accept those flesh ribbons.
Anyway, so what's the next question?
It would help her make cupcakes! Alright. RK Striker JK5's up next now. I'm going to refresh and make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. What is your favorite non-MLP franchise?
My favorite non-MLP franchise? Probably the Great Brain book series.
The Great Brain book series.
Yeah, it's about, so the basic premise is that there's this kid named Tom Fitzgerald. He's basically a little shit to everyone he meets and like cons everyone out of their money. And it's the downward spiral of this kid turning into a criminal, except in a humorous way.
I'm looking at the cover art of these books, and it kind of looks like early Lord of the Rings animated art.
See, I disagree. I think it's reminding me more of like Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer's also a little shit, except he doesn't like see someone else with $1 and says, why don't I have that dollar that they have?
Instead, he would go, how can I con them out of that $1?
That's what Tom does. It's so good.
Was he the original Edda and Eddie?
Jawbreakers.
It's possible.
He was definitely a little shit.
For a quarter.
I loved it.
Rich enough to buy whatever he wants, except he does not want to spend his own money, and so will just con people out of their stuff, even though he can afford whatever he wants.
Someday I actually need to take a moment and try to understand what in the world is going on with the Ed, and Eddie fandom.
Why? What's going on with their fandom? I've never actually dipped a toe in their fandom, so I don't know what that's like.
Oh, I can fill people in a little on this.
Please go, because I don't understand. Like, apparently there was a movie I never saw.
Okay, the movie's upsetting. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
It answers a lot of questions about why Ed is a piece of shit.
Why Eddie?
Eddie's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
More than that, though, there is currently someone making an unofficial sequel series, and the first episode just came out like a couple weeks ago.
Oh shit! Like
Really?
Hello Boss style.
They got pretty good voice actors. The animation is pretty smooth, and it looks dark, depressing, and high school as fuck.
But does it still have sumo wrestling noises?
There is no way I would ever watch a sequel series of anything.
Why is that?
Because every sequel series that I've watched that came out 20 years later, except for Rocko's Modern Life movie, has been terrible.
Well, I mean, Gestures at My Little Pony. Gestures broadly at My Little Pony.
That took more than 20 years, though, so that's okay.
It was like every 20 years, on the dot.
They can never bring back Johnny Bravo, though, unless it's an Adult Swim.
I want them to. I just want them to. I don't care. I need to see. I need to see what happened. What became of Johnny Bravo?
I will also make a case for the new DuckTales series when it came out, because it was genuinely very good.
Didn't people also really love the quote-unquote final season of Samurai Jack?
It was. I liked it, but it was fine. I felt it could have been a little longer, and the last episode could have been better, but it landed on a fine note.
Right.
It did what it needed to do, and there was some really good Aku, and I'll give it its credit. But
Jack, that's the one about the medieval knight that gets teleported to the future, right?
I mean, samurai.
Oh, the medieval samurai that gets teleported to the future.
I was ready to throw a joke and say we're not talking about that Martin Lawrence movie, The Black Knight.
All right. Number 2. Have you done any fan-related content for a non-MLP franchise?
I don't believe that I have. I wrote like a 1,000-word story about what if in the Hunger Games that game maker just blew up Katniss and Peeta right there, but not really, not in any like significant way, no.
Fair enough. Now, up next, we have some questions from Muggany. Fran, would you like to ask Muggady's questions?
Sure. Let me grab those up right here. So, Muggany has no grand entrance like he normally does. So, we'll go right into number 1. How have you been? It's been a while since we spoke.
It's been good. I'm eating some pizza right now and some soft mints to go with it. So what could be a better dinner than that?
It's an interesting combination. I
was just sitting here imagining like 2 bites of pizza, then a mint, and then another few bites of pizza.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
I mean, I do like sweet and salt sort of in the same meal, but yeah, I give it a try.
It's very tasty. You gotta trust me.
Understood. Well, speaking of which, Muggany asks, do you remember that time?
I don't remember that time that I ate pizza. The pizza's already gone, and I wish I could, so I could savor it to this day.
The loss of object permanence after you ate the pizza. But it's true. I finished pizza and I wish I had more pizza, but that's how pizza works. Which is
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
It's true.
Why don't they just invent regenerating pizza?
How?
Because then I would never leave my place. Ever.
Would you just like take lizard tail like DNA and inject it into the pizza?
Does it taste like regular pizza? Because if so, that's acceptable.
It's always warm, and as long as you have one slice left and just leave it out in the open, it'll regenerate back into a whole pizza.
Does temperature affect it?
No.
That pizza better be goddamn hot though.
Good, because like I mean, if you just left a slice of pizza out, like it could go bad and start growing stuff, and like even though it's growing back, you never know what is pizza and what is the mold.
Mm.
New regenerated tissue of the pizza is unaffected by whatever grew on the old slice. You can toss away the old slice as long as there's something left to regenerate. It's Majin Buu rules.
Okay, so we take this slice that is now grown moldy, and we put it in the landfill alone, and it just starts growing into this massive pizza flesh monster.
It might have flesh ribbons, if you're into that.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Muggany apparently says, no, how about that time in 3rd grade when you did that thing?
I think about that time in 3rd grade probably twice a day, at least. I've never forgotten it.
Oof. I've been there. I am there now.
Hey, Peter, remember that time?
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter!
That's good. That's good. Fucking, no. I only remember from 2nd and 3rd grade when Kangaroo Jack came out and everyone was immensely disappointed that it wasn't all about the talking kangaroo.
I am immensely disappointed.
That sounds so sad.
Agreed,
Yeah.
Pencil. That was like the most deceptively marketed fucking movie ever.
What the fuck? Oh, that movie. Okay, I remember now. With fuck, what's that actor's name? The older actor, with the accent. He was the villain.
Go on.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
You can do it. There you go.
I'm still salty over that movie. Anyway. But Muggany asks, do you remember who won that fight?
I think it was me. I don't know. It might have been me. I'm still alive, so that probably means it was me, right?
Damn, you killed that other kid?
Yeah, he had it coming. Don't you remember the time in 3rd grade?
Oh, yes. I recall the time.
Yeah, I remember the kid said Kangaroo Jack was a great movie.
We told the teacher and she didn't believe us.
I remember the time of 87.
Man.
So he then asks, there's something I'm trying to remember. Why did your mom?
To make you ask questions, I think.
Damn. God damn.
That's what my mom always tells me.
Okay, all right. I have a question. Who here, whose mom cusses?
Mine.
In
Immensely.
Spanish.
In
Nope,
English and Spanish.
Absolutely not. And I know
I
yours
find-
doesn't, Priest.
I find it so fascinating. Like, I grew up in an environment where, like, if mom said a bad word, you better be in your room already. Like, parents, well, dad cusses, but mom never cusses. And so, like, I remember the first time I ran into a mom that, like, cussed at, like, the supermarket, I was like, oh,
That kid's gonna die.
yeah, that kid's gonna get slapped.
You treat it with the same reverence as like a Fusraudu.
It's like that bit George Carlin did when you're a parent.
Hold up. Did you say Foos Radu?
Yeah, I said Fusraudu by accident. I meant to say
Foos
Fusraudu.
Radu.
It's the crossover between Scooby-Doo and Skyrim.
Really?
So I want to fight. I want to fight that dragon. He breaks the time, Scoob.
Oh, jeez! You're finally awake, Scoob!
I help you, but I took an arrow to the knee.
You were trying to cross the border, Scoop.
What was that?
I don't know.
What was
I do not. I cannot do a good Shaggy. All the voices I can do. Shaggy is the worst one I can do.
Like
Well,
he's out to win the 49er.
Likes.
Okay, we're acting like we're high. We should go to the next question.
Yes. Mugany asks, when did?
I think that was about 3 weeks ago, if I recall correctly.
All right. And then he asks, who would win in a fight, and gives no options.
If it's me versus a nuclear bomb, it's going to be the nuclear bomb, I'm sad to admit.
Oh, could you take on the elephant's foot?
100%. I'm going to take it home with me.
Look, all I'm saying is if I was at Chernobyl, I would have just simply stopped it, okay?
I think I'm mad at you.
If you were on the Titanic, would you just swim to shore?
No, I would have simply stopped the disaster.
Just fix the ship.
Just
I
turn.
just want to.
Just turn.
I would, literally, I would go up to the captain and be like, just turn the wheel, forehead.
No,
It's that simple.
Just lean out of the Titanic and push the iceberg away. Just nudge it away.
Literally, just turn the ship. Please, forehead.
It doesn't even matter which way.
I'm just built different, unlike the Titanic.
Oh.
All right, so understood. Nuclear bomb is a no-go, but the elephant's foot would be 100%.
100%. It's been my life dream to see the zoo at Chernobyl. I want to see all the animals.
What do you imagine the elephant's foot tastes like, though?
Foot.
About
The foot of an elephant.
About 4 billion calories ingested at once.
Oh, 4 billion calories. That's not too bad, but not too good either.
It's pretty hot. You gotta blow it to cool it down first.
Not great, not terrible.
You gotta blow on it.
I remember reading or hearing somewhere that radiation on the tongue tastes like ozone.
What does ozone taste like?
The
Radiation on the tongue.
Of course.
The smell you're sort of at, the smell/taste you're after, I believe, is called petrichor. It's like what it's like that deep smell that smells after it
That
rains.
smells smelly.
It literally is the smelly smell that smells smelly, but it's a good smell. in my opinion. Anyway, Mugany says, "Okay, it was good meeting up with you again, but before I go, how your day? Your spelled U-R-E.
How you are day? I'm not a day. I like to think I'm just a second in this great world we call the year."
Beautiful.
Beauty.
And the bonus question he asks is, your avatar is adorbs. Is there a full version?
There is a full version. If you're talking about on FimFiction, I found that avatar in the comment section of a perfect story called "What Have I Done to Deserve This?" If you're talking about on Discord, then it's just a Sylveon.
Then, well, there's your answer.
Up next, we got questions from Alex _. But we do have a question from Milk, our silent cameraman.
I'm down with that. Just really, really quick. Did you get Mugany's bonus comment at the bottom?
Yes, we just asked that.
I missed the link. I need it. That's all.
It's all good.
So, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Absolutely not. No way. Absolutely not. Actually, I would say absolutely not, but I was with my friend one time and there was pineapple on that pizza and I didn't know and I ate it without issue. So I've been in a constant state of confusion since then.
It's one of those things where, like, if it's served to you, you would eat it, but, like, it's not what you would go order for yourself. Yeah. I think that's fair.
What other fruits can we just toss on a pizza? And...
What tomatoes?
No, that's already a thing.
Let's not talk about other fruit and veggies on pizza because then Brazil will get involved, and none of us want that. Trust me, none of us want Brazil involved with pizza toppings.
What is
They
You
have-
know what I mean?
pizza?
Google it. I'm not telling you.
They have
Look,
pea pizza.
well, as for your question, Enigma, I can't answer that, but we shouldn't go into it because as a half Peruvian, I'll be legally obligated to say things about Brazil that I'm not allowed to say on Twitch. So.
Y'all are terrible. Let's go to Alex _. Have you ever seen a ghost?
I think I might have maybe 4. I might have seen 4. Definitely not 5, but definitely more than 2.
All at the same time, or just like
100% they were all at the same time. They were just standing there and congratulating me on being such a good writer, and I tried to tell them that they were wrong. It was a nightmare.
Were you just sitting on?
just congratulations, Shinji, to you?
What did you say?
I was like, they just congratulations, Shinji, to you, just like from Evangelion.
Yeah, it was the scariest, probably the scariest day of my entire life.
Oh,
Other than that fight in 3rd grade.
man, intense.
Do you guys think that ghosts like organize flash mobs to fuck with people on a max level?
I mean, I want to believe now. I want to believe. Yeah, I was going to be like, no, you're stupid. But then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, no, this is a good idea.
I heard that near these, I don't know, I'm going to say Gettysburg or something, there's this one forest where sometimes people see like a whole mess of ghosts just marching up and down along the trees. What the fuck is this pencil?
So in our private chat, Pencil just shared a Brazilian pizza.
Brazil. It's got quail eggs, a whole ass fish, broccoli, olives, spinach, onions, tomato.
I hope there's no Italians in the chat because they just fainted.
They
Oh
killed
no, they
themselves.
put banana on pizza like all the time, and hard-boiled eggs is their norm. They put hard-boiled eggs. They'll put peas. They'll put mayonnaise. They
They didn't even cut up the egg. It's just the entire egg.
yeah, those are quail eggs.
This is the most rancid shit I've ever seen since
It's
the
not
first
the
time I ever
worst.
saw Lemon Party.
If you look up Brazil pizza, you will understand why I was like, you guys are like, oh, but it's like, no, fuck you. It's all about Brazilian pizza and how that is a travesty against mankind. Period. Full stop. That's it.
I don't think this pizza's done. Let's just throw a whole ass fish on it.
If this is the Brazilian pizza, I would much rather eat this than that.
That's more appetizing.
I would try that.
Take out the yolks, and it would probably be okay.
So yeah, see, that looks actually more reasonable.
I probably still wouldn't, because those are whole ass green olives, and I do not like green olives, but not on pizza anyway. But that is just my opinion. Also, somebody's being a shit, and this will make you all happy.
Green olives? It looks brown.
Somebody said Italians, Brazilians put anything on pizza and posted this, and I love it.
They just throw their cock on the pizza. This is a pornography.
But part of that genuinely is like the peas and mayonnaise one. So.
Well, I like knowing the exact time this fucking war crime happened.
You can trace back to the original person who did this.
Is that another pizza on the wall behind the chicken?
I think it might be.
Oh shit, I think
wall pizza.
And I love just the tactically placed glass of wine right there.
I also like, so looking between the fish and the cock, the very center of the pizza looks to have its own topping set up.
I think that's literally just a piece of fucking pita bread that the cock is standing on.
Plain pizza dough.
So
All right, I'll stop. I'll stop. We should continue. We should continue, but I just Brazil.
Come to Brazil. All right.
Brasil Caballo do Mundo.
Back to My Little Pony. What is your favorite episode of the show?
100%. It's about time.
Oh.
Which one was that one?
That was the one where Twilight was freaking out because the future Twilights said something was going to happen, and the something that happened was her just showing up and leaving 5 seconds later. It was it perfectly encaptures Twilight as a character, I think.
Yes. It's just, oh my god, what is it? Just your anxiety screams at you, and then you're on high alert for the rest of the day and makes the thing you were trying to stop from happening happen.
It was like that entire episode was like the story of the king, the knight, and the soothsayer. That was literally that whole ass story.
Oh, Tyrannus Umbra, first time chatter. First of all, welcome. But they've apparently sent these to their Brazilian friend. And the egg one is actually fairly normal.
Like I said, I could eat it if they took out the egg yolk and just kept the whites on there. That might actually be good.
What about scrambled eggs on pizza? I'd eat that.
That's just breakfast pizza.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah. So I sent the fish one to Jess, and she's been typing back for like 5 minutes straight.
Oh no!
I tagged her in the picture, and she's like, I'm like, hey babe, can I take you out for some Brazilian pizza? And she has not stopped typing for like
the Latin Americans
minutes.
have entered the chat.
So, oh man, when you were talking about breakfast pizza, back where I used to live, there was this thing where you could get a pizza crust, but then on top of that, they would put Cheese Whiz, and then mozzarella with a little bit of cheddar cheese, topped with eggs, and then either bacon or sausage, and other like omelet things.
Oh god, she just killed me.
You know what I just wondered?
Oh no, what? Okay, tell us what your girlfriend said, Flam.
She said, babe, my dear, my heart, you have the taste buds of a Midwestern white man whose mother once made mac and cheese too spicy. I would eat the fuck out of that. If it wasn't pizza-shaped and done like a traditional flatbread, it would seem more appealing, but that's what it is.
She did destroy you. Jesus Christ.
Why did she just describe me?
BRB canceling our reservation at Wood Ranch tonight.
Yeah, she just described me. Ouch.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn, more taste buds than that.
Damn.
A little bit more.
Just over here like she just like me, for real, no cap.
All right. Number 3. How many bees do you think it would take to overpower you, Boopy?
64. If there was even one more bee, I wouldn't be able to handle them. But if it was 64 or less, I could 100% punch every one of their tiny kidneys.
64 bees.
You know what I always wonder about bee attacks? Like, why don't people just, get on the floor and start rolling over the bees?
Bees, what the fuck?
Just hit them back. Your punches will do more damage to them than theirs will to you.
Enigma, I need to understand something. Were you serious?
Of course not. I know how bee venom works. It'll just be injected into you when you squeeze into the things.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But that's assuming I would fight the bees. They would be my friends.
Me telling the local meth head that the beehive stole his pipe.
Have you guys seen that?
We here are a pro bee chat, as I'm sure you will find. We are very pro bee.
Bees are starting to get more intelligent. Have you guys seen that video where a group of bees unscrewed a bottle cap from a soda?
They are learning.
They were thirsty. It was a hot day.
You cut yourself off the first time, and I thought you were about to say our bees are getting more Italian, and I was more terrified. And I was more terrified than you could possibly imagine.
Oh man. Okay, we've got questions now. Greater Glory came back. Does anyone want to ask questions that hasn't yet?
There's a question in chat.
Oh,
Burgies.
go for it.
Would you rather fight 1,000 bee-sized ponies or one pony-sized bee?
Oh god.
I think if I had the bee-sized pony with me, I could take on those 1,000 bee-sized bee-sized ponies. That was your question?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. If I had the pony-sized bee with me, I could take on the 1,000 bee-sized ponies.
See, my thought, if you could get the pony-sized bee to try and sting you and miss, you're good. You're golden, because then they dead.
What do you mean if they miss? The stinger's still in there.
If they hit the wall, you mean?
People are upset in chat. That's not how stingers work.
Some bees, they figure out a way to unscrew themselves from something so they don't die.
I wouldn't fight a pony-sized bee because that just seems like it would be gruesome if it died.
Imagine the scenario where ponies operate by bee rules, where if they bite someone, they die.
I don't want to move away from bees because chat is going off about how stingers work.
I mean, to be clear, let's be very clear. Does anyone in this little chat right here actually believe that bees can shoot their stingers?
Wait.
Well, I don't think they shoot their stingers, but I know when they come out, they die.
If it is an actual bee, if it's a wasp, they don't give a shit.
Oh.
Flam, did you just say you do believe that?
No, I said wait, people believe that?
Yes, I'm just clarifying.
Are you saying they can't shoot their stingers like a shotgun over and over again as much as they want?
They can't. They cannot, in fact, cartoon logic their asses into becoming mass weapons of bee destruction.
So, okay, what if a unicorn stabbed someone and their horn stayed in someone and the unicorn died later?
That would be tragic, and I don't desire to imagine such a world.
And there was a time actually bees were indeed a weapon of mass destruction. There was a battle during World War I in Africa where the British tried to attack the Germans and they ran right into a fucking bee field.
Oh no.
I mean, bees will make people very dead. People have to understand, bees can make someone very dead. It doesn't matter how not allergic you are to bees. If you get stung enough by enough bees, you'll die. It just takes a lot of them. So don't fuck with bees. Let them live. Be nice to them. Help them cultivate their honey. Tell them hello. Let them outside. Be nice to bees. Be
nice.
Oh my god.
Also, Tempest Shadow is literally just the unicorn that popped their horn into someone and then broke.
She's the one bee who survived and remembers.
And she warns others of a terrible price they must pay if they ever use their horns like that again.
By that logic, she killed that Ursa Minor. There's just a dead cosmic bear with a horn bit sticking out of it.
Apparently the chat, because they don't understand, would like Boopy to explain exactly how stingers work for their own edification. Would you be able to do that?
Want me to explain how stingers work?
Yep, they said they want you to do it.
Well, so the bee, before it comes out of the hive, it loads up stingers in its tiny body like bullets in a gun. And when it sees a human, it just it shoots. And it's not like a semi-automatic. It's like a machine gun coming at you. That's how bees work. That's science.
This is good. I've done a learn today.
I know bees don't do that, but are there any animals, any insects in nature that actually operate like that, or at least close to it?
Humans.
We do that, but other than that, no, Enigma, no. Enigma, are you one of those people that think that porcupines and hedgehogs can launch their spikes at people?
No.
Okay,
Are you saying they can't?
I am in fact saying that.
I thought porcupines could.
No, they cannot. No one can shoot their quills. Just saying.
Their quills stick out though and stay in the thing that try to kill them.
Hedgehogs or porcupines, to be clear.
Next, we're gonna say that unicorns can't shoot their horns like a javelin.
So, I feel stupid right now because I'm actually confused.
What do you mean you're actually confused?
So, like, porcupines... No, not porcupines. I'm thinking of hedgehogs, aren't I?
They do not
hedgehogs
shoot
are neither of them shoot quills.
Okay, but, like, one of them, if they feel threatened, you will, like, it will stick into your skin and they will come out.
Yes.
If it hits you with its body, but more likely, and here's the thing that people don't get, a porcupine isn't going to run up to you and like bitch slap you for funsies. Trust me. Far more likely, an animal's going to try to bite down on them and end up with a face full of quills, or get too inquisitive and do too much of a sniff and then get a face full of quills.
It's the reason why lions don't fuck with them, because like there's a chance that their quills can pierce into their organs.
Jeez. I actually learned something today.
Were you actually under the impression that that porcupines can shoot?
I did. I seriously thought, because like if a dog gets up and does a little sniff, the whole face is covered in quills, not just like. So that made me think that there's a little bit of like an oomph, like a little
they can make their quills stand erect, and they'll get extra like pokey on the outside, but they will not eject quills. They do not shoot them like a gun.
What I'm imagining from Priest, imagining of it was like just sneezes and just shoots out everywhere.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Like, wasn't that basically a joke in Zootopia?
Probably, but that does. And we're going for animal accuracy in Zootopia.
I'd fuck the bunny.
Oh my god! So what's the next?
It is so good to have the gang back together.
All right.
You guys, it's almost time for the mid-roll ad, and if we don't go to it, I'm going to start telling you about porcupine, fucking, and hedgehog genitalia and their differences just out of spite. So you best go along for something else, okay?
Hey, Pencil.
What?
You know who doesn't give a shit about porcupines?
Who?
Red Wings Horse Sanctuary in mid-California.
That does happen to be correct.
They take care of horses that have either been abandoned or lost homes or question mark.
Been abused.
That. In addition, we as a podcast take 100% of our profit and revenue and send it to Red Wings Horse Sanctuary, where we sponsor a horse named Little Bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's also nicknamed Little Shit because he's an asshole, like us.
Is he really?
According to Flam, we still haven't posted the interview video.
Oh yes, we need to do that. I'll have to get on that next week, maybe.
I'm like 8 weeks behind on videos too, so it's like it's fine. We're not being responsible podcasters.
Yay!
So, if you would like to help us look like a legitimate company, which we're not, please consider donating bits on Twitch. It is free. You can watch ads to get free bits. In addition, you can also subscribe to our Patreon that gives you cool Discord benefits. Patrons are able to join on our monthly Patreon game nights, which are usually pretty fun. And, oh, wow! Cringy Closet Brony, thank you so much for the donation. And Tyrannus Umbra, thank you for the tribe sub. So, all that profit will go to Red Wings Horse Sanctuary, and if you are uncomfortable with the idea of us being a middleman, feel free to donate directly. Did I miss anything, Pencil?
Yeah. Oh, well, the hype train is incoming, which I fucking love, which is great. Some people are still able to watch ads for bits. That way they can do it for free. Some people are not. But genuinely, we really appreciate you guys keeping the hype train going, getting money for horses. It all goes to a good cause. We don't take any of it. I spend my own money on booze. I promise.
It's true.
Yep.
Yes.
And at the end of the stream, I'll read out our top donator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with all that said and done, we have done our little piece. Greater Glory has many questions. And everyone loves when Flam asks questions. So, Flam, take Greater Glory.
Greater glory it is. Back at you. It doesn't seem like there's too many questions, so I'll add a few more. Serious questions. Ooh, I like serious questions. I'm not asking that serious question. Moving on. How good of a cook are you? Both literal and metaphorical.
Metaphorically, I suck. And literally, I have a degree in culinary arts.
Yo. That's awesome.
Hottest of dams, love it. If you feel like posting some food pictures in behind the counter during or after this, you are welcome to. I will gladly look at some food porn.
Do you work in a restaurant, out of curiosity?
I don't work in a restaurant currently. I work in insurance because that's what that makes perfect sense for my degree, obviously.
Well, at the very least, you can make yourself or others a hell of a good meal.
I can. It's true.
And actually, now that it's there, what is actually your favorite thing to cook, if you don't mind me asking?
I like cooking dishes with tomato sauce. My favorite dish is probably just like regular penne noodles with tomato sauce, except the tomato sauce is homemade. And if I had time, I would roll the dough myself and stuff.
I have a food related question as well. If not on a pizza, what would you add bees to?
I would not add bees to any food, but instead I would tell them that they are a blessing of bumbles and should continue about their day. Actually, I lied. I would add bees to milk. I changed my mind.
Like bee cereal? I think that's called honeycomb.
Those bees are actually ghosts.
That's pretty metal.
They say boo at you.
Metal AF. All right. So, do you like Vietnamese food?
I've never had Vietnamese food once in my life.
I had it once. It was actually pretty good, I'd say. It was like their version. It was I think it was like pho noodles in their version of ramen. It was actually really, really great.
They know how to do soups, like for sure. There's quite a bit of good Vietnamese food, but in general, they're broth. They know what they're fucking doing, man. It's good shit.
Agreed. I got some of that. I had some of that broth brought back for me and everything, and I dumped the noodles in there. And then apparently, as I stirred everything, after I heated it up magnificently, there were actually like their version of dumplings in there that had shrimp inside. I was like, yo, it was kind of great. All right, silly questions. Not asking that one. What is your opinion on opinions? Should people be allowed to have them?
I think that people can have opinions as long as they understand that I go to bed every night with all of the correct opinions.
Honestly, I feel the same way. I sleep amazingly knowing I'm objectively right about everything.
Let's go. We both think all these exact same things.
Before I inject my 2 cents, I really want someone to tell me what I should think, and then I will believe it to the death.
Welcome to Reddit.
And if I'm losing in my opinion, I'll just post some classified documents.
To win a tank argument on War Thunder. It happened again. Yeah, the latest one on the 9th was indeed a plane argument.
Yes, War Thunder gets planes. It's World of Tanks that gets the tanks.
No, No, they get War Thunders everything.
Man, I really need to understand who our sponsors are.
You mean Raid Shadow Legends?
The game everyone likes.
And now, with our new code, you can use the Death Knight, who comes with 40 silver, and I don't fucking know what else.
There you go.
Give us your money.
It comes with 40 Silver Lions and all of the leaked documents, so you can know what you're doing.
What would probably happen is we would ironically make like a Raid Shadow Legends like clan, whatever they're called, and then we would like jokingly play it for like 3 days, or maybe that's generous. And then one person in the server would just go absolutely ham and become like a top 10 best players in the game.
But why?
That's what happened before with them fighting herds.
Based, I think.
Yeah, absolutely base. Like it was awesome.
Alrighty then. Well, we're back to silly questions, and I need to say it in the in
Say
the
it right.
holiest of ways here.
Say it right.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
Got him.
Where are you gay?
On planet Earth.
Who are you gay for?
That would probably be for people of the same gender as me.
Who are you gay against?
People of the opposite gender.
And what are the last 4 digits on your credit card and the security code?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they ask, please take a picture of the front of your credit card and send it to them because they want to see the cool pictures on it with the smiley face.
It does seem like it was probably a massive mistake to make your credit cards like customizable, and people want to like share how cool they look.
I just want to show. I want to show people the cool elephant's foot on the front of my credit card.
Jesus Christ.
Like if I got a multi-pass sticker for Pencil's credit card.
I have a Lulu Dallas multipass. I just don't carry it around my neck like I ought to. Anyway.
All right, Melodiac is up next. What is the most surprising thing you realized when writing and designing a character for a story?
So in Beyond Me, spoiler, the main character, Asher, was intended to be a trans girl, and in the course of writing it, I accidentally made him a trans man.
I congratulate you on that mix-up. That must take effort. Wow.
It was certainly interesting once I realized what was happening.
All right. Spaz Lord Spookius is up next. What question do you want someone to ask you?
I want someone to ask me what question do I want someone to ask me.
What question do you want someone to ask you?
That question.
Wonderful.
Yay!
Happy to oblige.
More importantly, have you figured out why you're gay?
Because women are cute. Have you seen women? They're cute.
No,
Women are so cute.
I wouldn't know. All I've seen is Judy Hops.
Every single
Oh,
person
no.
in this chat, every single one in this call right now agrees that women are cute. Just putting that out there.
Yes.
You are all
1000%.
objectively correct.
Speaking of objective, Luxter77 is up next. In a scale of 1 to 11, how much do you like the Chiefs?
40 billion, even though that punk-ass team breaks my heart every single week.
Big sad. Who is your favorite background pony?
My favorite background pony would probably be the Shining Armor counts as a background pony.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say no. He's more like a supporting character.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on
well
this one. He has his
then,
own episode.
Nurse Redheart.
Yes. Good taste.
Excellent choice. Cutest of nurses.
And what is your favorite season of the series?
Season 8 because it has the most Starlight Glimmer, and also Starlight Glimmer and Sunburst get an entire episode with their parents, and it's amazing.
Yes.
I forgot about Sunburst Hot Mom.
How could you forget about Sunburst Hot Mom?
And
she has her own built-in socks.
Yep. Go ahead, Boopy.
It also has the second best episode of the series, Yakety Sax. That's the one where Pinkie Pie learns how to play the Yavitaphone.
Yes. All right. Anon Pencil has questions.
That's right, I do.
I'm so glad.
What would you whisper into a vagina?
I would probably whisper my deepest secrets.
Excellent, good. And what would it whisper back?
It would probably whisper back at me at its confusion about being a sentient being and the question of why it now has to exist into a life where it's held down inside someone's pants, and also to please rub it.
I mean, you're probably not wrong on some of those. I'll put it that way. But please remember, gently rub the clitoris. Don't go after that thing with like an abrasive scrubber. That's not what it wants. Trust me.
No,
please,
of course.
Big PSA for everyone out there. You do not want to use a cheese grater on the clitoris. You want
Are
to
you
be
saying
gentle
I
with the
shouldn't use a
clitoris.
power sander on it?
Different folks, right?
No! Oh my gosh,
No power
that made
sander
me.
on the clitoris.
Oh my gosh.
No SOS pad?
Should I not use that red strip on the matchbook?
No, and you also shouldn't. There's so many things you shouldn't do. Also, none of you is fucking the clitoris. Not a single person. You can't fuck the clitoris. You can't fuck the cervix. You are not fucking the cervix. You are not fucking the clitoris.
Out of there.
No. Neither of those things are things you can do with your penis. Congratulations.
Are you saying all those images on Derpy Boru are not scientifically accurate?
What do you know?
There was that duality of women Twitter thread where some girl started it with like, I don't care what you saw in porn, do not slap my vagina. Immediate response was another girl saying, slap my vagina like it insulted your mom's cooking.
Oh my god.
I mean,
So I feel very embarrassed that over the last 2 weeks I actually learned something very important about vaginas.
What did you learn about vaginas?
So, some stupid fucking part of me didn't realize that once the cum gets in the vagina doesn't just like nom nom it. And then like it comes out with the pee and poo. It needs to come out somehow.
What?
Keep going. I want to see how deep it gets.
No, keep going.
I want to hear this.
No, at some point, the semen needs to actually come out, or else it can fuck with pH levels.
Pencil, take him for a walk.
Keep going. No.
No, go ahead. Let's finish this out. All right, go ahead.
Because it's really serious. It's really serious. It can't stay in there because it will mess the pH levels and create an infection.
Okay.
So then how does it get out first?
So
I'm not fucking around here. I actually thought this.
So how does it come out?
It runs out like down the leg, or you gotta like enema it.
Okay. So you're partially right. Semen can influence pH level of the vagina. All
yes.
Right? Not all of it comes out.
Okay.
Once the sperms, the little sperms, once they enter the uterus, they're not coming out.
Okay.
They are not coming out of there. the vagina can in fact break down some of the fluids. However, the vagina is a self-cleaning organ, something that all men should know. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ. You do not need to do shit to be clean. Vaginas clean themselves. There's vaginal discharge. They're always moist, and that moisture you find with vaginas is not always because they're turned on. It's not girl cum. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of the times it is just the vagina flushing out itself, flushing out tissue, not even on the period. It's just what it does. The vagina cleans itself pretty well. However, if you leave things like, a radish or a potato or an onion in the vagina, like some fucking fucked up herbal remedy places tell you to do, or yogurt, put yogurt in the vagina to balance pH. Don't do that. It can cause infections. However, if you're trying to say that if semen is in the vagina, the girl has to clean it out. Oh my God, clean the sperm out of the vagina, otherwise you're going to get a terrible infection. No, the vagina is going to do that pretty much on its own. However, you should always pee after sex, because if you pee after sex, it prevents you from getting a yeast infection because it gets rid of any residue or buildup or discharge that has gotten lodged in the urethra, which is a separate hole from the vaginal cavity area. Okay,
I would like to add that for men too, it is always good to pee after sex. Thomas the Tank Engine said that. Remember those words.
Yep,
Pee together,
after
make
sex.
it a group event.
And here it is. The vagina and the urethra are separate things. We do not pee out of our vaginas. Have we learned something today, kids? Yes? Good. Can we move on? Thank you.
Yes, we're moving on.
Dear Celestia, I didn't learn anything. I was right all along.
Damn it.
It's still your questions, Pencil. Fuck, I ruined everything.
Okay.
I love having you all back together.
Okay. Bees. That's the question. Bees.
How did we get here from bees?
Bees is the question.
Yeah,
Bees is the question.
Maybe tomorrow.
but how many bees?
I'll answer that question later. Maybe I'll answer it tomorrow.
That's fair too. And now a genuine question. New Bodies, New Life is doing really well as far as new multi-chapter stories on FinFic go. How do you feel about its success, and do you want to give anyone a hint on where you're going to take it next?
So I wasn't terribly surprised that it was successful, mostly because the commissioner has got some very good cover art for it, and it's human in Equestria. It is a little more successful than I thought it would be, so that's good, and that makes me happy to see. As for hints on where it's gonna go next, you might see a certain zebra that likes to rhyme soon.
Ooh. All right. Next set of questions are from Bergis. Hello, cake or pie?
Cake.
Would you hug a clockwork pony?
I don't know what a clockwork pony is, but absolutely.
Yay. Do you listen to music? If so, what kind?
I do listen to music, and probably my favorite kind is alternative metal and heavy metal.
Yo. We are the same. We are the same. This is good.
This is very perfect.
If you were to introduce one technology into the MLP verse and make it widespread, what would it be? Like aircraft, cybernetics, cell phones?
Well, since Lauren Foss said ponies poop on the ground, I'm going to introduce toilets.
Smart.
Well, they had outhouses already.
They need indoor toilets.
No, wait, there is a toilet. I remember that episode when Pinkie Pie was babysitting. She ended up inside the toilet.
Oh, well, then in that case, I'm going to introduce outdoor toilets.
Very nice.
Right back to outhouses.
Yeah.
All right. Next set of questions are from Starscribe. Hey, Enigma, would you like to ask these questions?
Starscribe? Sure. Let me, Here it is. Who of Erie? How long until the upcoming AI apocalypse drowns fan fiction in slop?
That is a good question, and the good answer is it's happening as we speak, unbeknownst to us. Like how the aliens are here unacknowledged. That's what's happening on FimFiction. It's gonna happen. It's happening already.
Why doesn't somebody just write a story where Twilight, uses Chat GPT to send her letters to Celestia?
That's a good story idea. You should write it.
Where Twilight uses Chat GPT to write a letter to Celestia, that would be very funny.
What could the site do to stop this from happening?
Unless all of the FimFiction mods are going to collectively read every story and filter out garbage, or have like a tool that scans each story to see if it was generated by AI, there's basically nothing you can do to stop it.
What is your favorite awful MLP ship that you know is terrible, but you just can't give up?
Party Favor X Sombra.
Is Party Favor... Oh, wait. Who's
Party Favor's the one from our town. The stallion from our town.
The one who made that bridge out of balloons. I think I remember now. And I remember
the one that was like gay for Double Diamond.
Yeah, the one who I remember all the NSFW tags for him when he was first introduced in his balloons. I remember.
Party Favor X Sombra is the best ship. I will take any other contrary opinions wrong.
What story do you want to write, but you know you never will?
I want to write a story about a foal going back to Equestria just before Nightmare Moon shows up and basically fucking it up so Nightmare Moon wins.
What do you drink before playing first-person shooters?
What do I drink? Naturally, it's 4 shots of Tito's because I thought I could beat that first stage of what was it called? Of what is it called? What's the zombie game where you kill zombies? Back 4 Blood. I could beat the first stage of Back 4 Blood while drunk, so I'm allowed to drink whatever I want.
Lastly, what is the plural for a group of Sylvians?
Those would be called either Sylvii or headmates, depending on where you come from.
I'd call them the flesh pile.
No.
I mean,
an orgy of Sylvians.
Are we not all flesh piles? Let us be honest.
I'm a flesh pile with bones. Thank you very much.
A ribbon of
We have other
Sylvians.
stuff too.
All right. Pug System is up next. Hi, Boopy. I loved your story, Distracted I Dream. Number 1, what is your favorite type of pizza?
Thin crust with bacon and spinach, no garlic on the crust.
Okay, how crunchy do you like your crust? Like cracker?
Like cracker crunchy with like a little bit of sauce to give it some texture and not too much cheese.
Got it. What is your favorite type of soda?
Pepsi with real sugar.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Pepsi throwback.
Pepsi fans, rise up.
What is your favorite restaurant?
That would be Outback Steakhouse. You gotta go there, get some Alice Springs chicken with no honey mustard, ask for fries on a separate plate so they don't get soggy from like the chicken juice, and some steakhouse mac and cheese with extra salt.
I thought you were going to say ask for Chet specifically.
That's the real secret. There actually isn't any Chets that work at Outback Steakhouse, but it's the secret code word to be like, oh, okay, we won't spit in this person's food.
Maybe it is. Only at Tomboy Outback Steakhouse. You have to ask them not to do that.
Oh, Tomboy Outback, I would 1,000%. Also, don't sexually harass any of the workers.
You should not do that at any restaurant.
Yes. Are you a fan of any sports teams, and if so, who's your favorite player?
That would be the Kansas City Chiefs, and if you're talking about my favorite player ever, or just right now, because if it's just right now, it's Mahomes. If it's ever, it would be Eric Berry.
Mahomes is really good, if not streaky.
He can be a little streaky, but the streakiness happens quarter to quarter, thankfully, not game to game.
Yes, correct. What platforms can we throw money at you?
I have a Buy Me a Coffee link, and I also have PayPal.
Nice.
Can I buy you a bee instead?
You can buy me one bee, as long as you promise not to use anti-bee language.
All right. Wait, anti-bee language? Never mind. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
I have a perfect meme for you. Anti-bee language is all around us every day. People say, oh, a swarm of bees, when you should be saying, finally, a blessing of bumbles. Oh, wait, I put that in the wrong spot.
A blessing of bumbles!
Instead of saying, I'm allergic to bee stings, try saying, I haven't accepted my love for bees yet, and my body reacts accordingly.
I feel like this is a mandatory seminar at work. This is what it feels like.
No, this is great. Holy shit, that bee has a gun. Instead, try, I am proud of that bee for expressing its rights.
Honey is overrated. You should instead be saying, I wish bees could vote.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Skittlebug's up next, and then we got Rab's questions. Imagine you're next to a magical world gate that travels through time and space, and it's your job to stop worlds from falling into chaos, but the bad guy managed to escape from a water world after murdering your uncle. Why did you go to 1937 Earth instead of following the guy who murdered your uncle?
Why does this sound familiar?
Wow, did you read the same book we did like an hour ago?
What is this? What is this? Is this some Stephen King The Tower shit?
That's the plot to a book series called Pendragon. Not like Pendragon of like Knights of Round Rock or something, but a fantasy book about this guy that like travels across the universe to stop a guy named Saint Dane. And the answer, Skitty, is that you're assuming that they did not follow the guy who murdered his uncle to wherever they're going, and then went to the next place next.
Okay. Who can make the sun rise, sprinkle it with dew, cover it in chocolate, and collect up all the cream?
Princess Celestia.
Actually,
Yay.
she can.
Is this a euphemism for something, or is it just really cute?
It's a song.
Oh, it's a song?
Oh, that's the Candyman song from Not the Wizard of Oz, a less
Willy
old
Wonka
movie.
and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, that.
Who can make the sun rise?
Sprinkle it with dew. The Candyman.
Chocolate and a miracle too. The Candyman. The Candyman can. Come on.
Have you never heard that, Priest?
I probably repressed it from my memory because I was like, get to the golden tickets part.
God damn it,
No,
that's a wonderful song.
No, you're repressing it from your memory because after hearing that, you heard another mom curse.
That's fair. What genres of music do you like listening to that you don't really discuss with people, even those who understand your music taste?
Since I said alternative metal before, the kind I like listening to that I don't discuss is probably electronica.
Ooh, yep, that's fair. Sometimes when you're like, oh yeah, I'm a metalhead, you can't be like, oh yeah, no, I love like chill step and house and country.
It'd be like that.
What country have you ever been to that you want to visit above all else? Have you never been to?
Above all else,
Yes.
South Africa. I want to go to Kruger National Park.
Ooh.
It's a national park where you can like where it's a safari tour, except in Africa on the safari tour, the lions like walk across the road and stuff, and like some of them are smart enough to open your car door, so you have to keep the door locked.
Oh wow. If you pet them, do they pet you back?
I'm sure that they will they'll do something to you if you pet them.
They will have a snack.
Yeah, it's just a little treat.
Just a little treat. How many fingers am I holding up?
3.
All right. Milk grabbed a question from the chat. I actually just thought of a really good question. Which of your stories would you recommend most for a new reader?
Of my stories for a new reader, I would probably recommend either Lasting Memories if they were looking for a long form fic, or if they wanted a short fic, they can read the story that might still be featured called Sad. Yes, it is still featured. Those would be the two I'd recommend, either Lasting Memories for a long fic or Sad for a short fic.
Good suggestions. Good suggestions for people getting started. All right. Now then, we have questions from Rav, and since Rav is not here, I think I'll do the only rational thing and say, Milk, would you, for our good friend Rav, read his questions for him? Absolutely not. Flam? I know you might need a duck early.
I can do it, but milk is the sick, so.
Oh, Milk is the sick. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Pencil for Rav.
All right. Sorry I can't be there tonight. Don't get sick. It sucks. Everyone's getting sick, man. Anyway, what's a question that you wish people would ask you? Well,
I'm so glad you asked me this question. I wish people would ask me what question I want to be asked.
Wonderful. Perfect. If you were the protag of a displaced fic, what would it be about, and who would you be unlucky enough to be?
A displaced fic is one where they like turn into another character.
Not quite. It's like if you're at an anime convention and you're dressed up as Mr. Clean, and all of a sudden you're transported to Equestria. Now you are Mr. Clean.
I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see Mr. Clean in Equestria.
I would be Mr. Clean because I was dressed up as Mr. Clean at an anime convention.
Wonderful.
Why doesn't Mr. Clean have like an antagonist, like Mr. Dirty?
That is his antagonist. Don't you know the deep lore?
Yep. And now the chat wants to know, who would you ship with Mr. Clean?
With Mr. Clean? I like to ship his arch nemesis, Germ Girl. I couldn't think of a good name off the top of my head.
Germ Girl, excellent. If you or your significant other could be any size at all, such as Lady Demi Dami Mommy or a short stack goblin, what would your dynamic look like?
We would probably be the same height because that's easiest.
I mean, I can kind of agree with that. If lamps, would you fuck a moth pony?
If I was a lamp, or if just lamps in general?
If lamps in general.
It depends on how their eyes look. If their eyes look disgusting, absolutely not.
You don't go for the lenses?
They got cute eyes.
Like when I say like if it looks like a fly, I guess like where the eyes look, I don't know, like a disco ball.
I mean, if it's glittery enough, I'd probably be chill.
If it looks like normal eyes, I'd probably be chill too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was that?
What if the center of their eyes, the black parts, looks like lenses, like insect eyes?
I mean, I wouldn't be bothered, but I'm weird.
If they look like what?
Insect eyes at the very center where the pupils are.
Like the tiny lenses, just thousands of them.
In the pupils.
That would absolutely not. That would be too creepy.
Speaking of creepy, do you write or read Amputee Clop?
I would neither write nor read Amputee Clop.
I mean, if one of the characters in it happened to be an amputee, I'd be chill. They're people too.
Are you telling me you wouldn't do Luna if she was missing one leg?
Well, Amputee Clop seems to, well, if she was missing, if the story was her being like just being an amputee, that's one thing. But if it's about the amputation, no way.
Spot on. Agree.
She lost it on the bus, all right?
Goddamn shit. Anyway, which pony is your favorite MILF?
Harshwinny.
MILF. Is Harshwinny have the children?
No, she doesn't. But you know,
she doesn't have children.
No.
Yeah.
Would you like to give her one?
She had canon. She has children. That's what I've decided.
Okay, because we gotta have them. Gotta be a mom to be a MILF. Putting that out there.
She's the real angry aunt.
Mm. Who is your favorite princess from Friendship is Magic?
Princess Celestia.
Really? Not Luna, eh?
Nope.
Right,
I'm a Celestia supremacist.
Remove a leg from Celestia.
Anyway, so what's your favorite object pony? Soda pony, pizza pony, snake pony, thing pony? And if you don't know what an object pony is, I can get a picture of one really quick.
I know what an object pony is, and my favorite object pony is Pony Pony.
Pony Pony.
A pony that looks like a pony.
It's just a pony that looks like a live horse.
Oh no! I changed my mind.
No, it's literally just a realistic pony with like a QD mark on it.
Yeah, that would be Uncanny Valley territory.
It is. Let me tell you, I'm looking at one, and it is a thing.
She still talks and interacts with everyone like normal ponies, but just.
I'll pick Pizza Pony instead. That way, I don't have to call up Domino's.
Well, Pizza Pony's real name is Mozzarella Orgy, so I approve of this. Just hands down.
That's amore.
What was that?
That's amore.
Since bats are the superior pony, excuse me, how many bats does it take to screw a princess?
I think any bats would have the courage to screw Princess Luna because she's their master and they basically fear looking at her. That's my answer.
Well, okay. That is an answer, in fact. Why is Spike the worst and everyone that likes him wrong?
Spike's the worst because he does nothing and contributes nothing to the plot. And got a statue built of him for basically no reason.
Truth and facts. I agree. If you could start an interstellar war between any two factions from any universe or universes, who would they be and why?
I would start an interstellar war between the ponies in My Little Pony and the ninjas in Naruto because I think it would be funny.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And then Twilight just looks at the camera and says, "Believe it."
Yes.
Believe it. God, I can only imagine. All right, serious question now. If dick cheese could be blocked and sliced for sandwiches, how much of it and the vaginal marinara would we need to spread on our avocado toast to make a fuck trophy? A flush consolation prize is acceptable too.
Absolutely none. You don't need to make any of that because that's disgusting.
Shh, kitty, hush. Have you ever put your OC in a position you yourself would never be in of your own volition?
Yes, I would never, and I am not Sombra. I would 100% never want to be turned into Sombra because all of those princesses were going to kill him, like, on the spot.
You guys remember when he started crying before he died for good?
Whoa, you read that story?
Lol.
I'm talking about the actual episode. He was like nearly at tears before he got blasted.
Oh, yeah, that's because he can dish it, but he can't take it.
All right.
Oh, sure.
What is 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and everyone is excited to get it?
That would be a slice of pizza.
I mean, I want a slice of pizza that's way thicker than 2 inches, side to side. In this case, it's $100 bill.
I'll have you know, I only accept $1,000 bills.
I mean, I think that is a reasonable standard to have, and I commend you for knowing your worth. All right, we have 2 more people have asked us questions, and I'll turn it back over to Priesty Pie.
All right. Luxor77 asks, what do you think of? Have you ever heard of Breakcore?
I have never heard of Freight Core, and therefore think nothing of it.
Very fair. Oh my goodness, this name is making me have a stroke. Soloistis.
Good
Soloistis.
job.
Okay. What advice would you have for writers who struggle to maintain motivation or consistency?
The advice I would give is that writing is fun when you like it, but when you hate it and don't want to do it, you basically have to sit down and write anyway. That's the sign that you're like that you're actually gonna be a writer, if you can sit down and write when you really don't want to.
Absolutely. That's incredibly true.
Agreed. Yeah, you got to be able to write when you don't really like it. It's true.
Number 2. How do you organize the random ideas for books, existing or not yet written, you might get throughout the day?
I put them in a new document in Google Drive and just have a folder filled with like 40 story ideas. If it's for a story that's already existing, I open up the Google document for the story I'm writing and put it at the bottom in my notes.
Nice. What's your favorite kind of screwdriver head?
The one that turns 2 at once, because you can turn the one that has like that looks like a cross with the one that has just a vertical section, but you can't turn 2s with 4s, if that makes sense.
Yes, correct. The flathead and Phillips. Favorite MLP species and why is it the Kirins?
My favorite MLP species is Pegasi because Pegasi give good preening tips.
Ooh, preening.
You don't want to know what goes on behind those doors while they preen.
I mean, I'm curious, but I mean, most of the stories I've read turn into a sex thing. Now then, number 5. What weighs more, a pound of bat pony or a pound of alicorn?
A pound of alicorn, because that's what I've decided. That's science.
Absolutely. They be thick. And that is all the questions that we have in the thread.
Refresh.
Oh,
Before
nope.
you say things.
Greater Gloria has one last one sneaking in just before the end. Who is a sillier filly, me or Skitty?
I think you're both very silly fillies.
Yay! No favorites in this dojo.
We
Well,
don't
you
pick
did it.
favorites.
You got through all the questions. Great job.
Those were all wonderful questions, and I like to think that I answered them in a thoughtful manner, each and every one of them, truly and honestly.
Absolutely.
But very, very importantly, is there any question you'd like to be asked?
I want to be asked what question I want to be asked.
Okay. What question do you want to be asked?
Thank you for asking me that. That's a good
Anytime.
question.
Oh, it's so witty. That said, with our last 15 minutes, what is the next sort of stories or like continuation that we'll be seeing out of the Boopy Doopy page?
I want to. So normally I write slice of life stuff. I want to try and start working on some adventure stories if I can, and see about getting into that genre. I have maybe 1 or 2 ideas in my head right now, but it's mostly just whatever I think is interesting at the time, and like I sit down to start writing at some point.
Fair enough. All right. Then, with that said, I think we're going to make our way towards wrapping up. For those in the chat who maybe didn't get the chance to ask a question, or they see this later on YouTube and they're like, "Oh no, I didn't get to ask Boopy anything." What's the best way that maybe they can send you a message or get in touch with you?
Well, I have my Discord. It's very easy to type in. It's just Boopy Doopy Girl with no spaces. And my fanfiction page is Boopy Doopy. It shouldn't be difficult at all to find me, I don't think. Those are going to be the best 2 ways to get in touch with me, specifically Discord.
Wonderful. Then, oh my goodness, I want to do a quick shout out for Cringy Closet Brony 69.
Yes, Cringy Closet Brony 69 was our top bits donator today. Thank you.
I hope that Pony has the courage to come out and admit that they're a pony.
Fantastic.
And with that said, I think that's everything we've got for today. So thank you everyone for what's up.
I'll also give a brief shout out to Burgess, who gifted a lot of subs today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, wonderful. I didn't see them in the gift sub area at the top.
Yeah.
That's huge. Thank you, Burgess. So, with that said, thank you everyone for joining. And your barcasters for today have been a non-pencil, Enigmatic Otaku, Flamin' Warfer, Milk,
Insert noise here.
our amazing guest, Boopy Doopy.
Thank you.
And my name's Flutterpriest.
Good.
Bye.
Good. Okay.